Why something is what?
Why sometimes chanting Hare Krishna is pleasing and sometimes it is not pleasing?
Well, the fault is you. Because at the neophyte, when you clean a room, Chaturdarpana Marjanam, the dust kicks up, right? So Chaturdarpanam, when you're cleaning the mind through chanting, sometimes remembrance of previous activities, previous attachments, they arise in the mind. But if you go through this, then Bhavamahanivagni, the fire of material agitation becomes less. But if you want to go very quickly, you should learn Madhyaji, Krishna says, that you should chant for the pleasure of Krishna. If you think that the Hare Krishna mantra is something for your enjoyment, then you'll not get the rasa. You should chant with sevabhav. Madhyaji mam namaskaru. So everything should be done as yajna for the satisfaction of Krishna. Then very quickly you'll get some rasa. But your aim isn't your personal embellishment. That is the material consciousness. So we bring that. We think, I couldn't enjoy in the material world, so now I'm going to enjoy in the temple. No. I'm going to enjoy by chanting. No. I'm going to satisfy the Supreme Lord by chanting. Prabhupada explained that you water the root of the tree and then the leaves are satisfied. So if your chanting is to the root of creation, Krishna, then you as a leaf will become satisfied automatically. And then you'll feel that you're on the right path. But if you go to the chanting of Hare Krishna, this is what I'm explaining. Understand through Mahajyena Katasva Pantha. You understand the right process. So we don't take up spiritual life for our own enjoyment. That may be there in the beginning because we're conditioned in the material world to consider our own satisfaction. But by hearing, Shravanam, by hearing from Guru, Acharya, Shastra, we understand the right approach. And then we can overcome this up-down fluctuation. And then eventually the room is clear, there's no dust to flick up. And then Vidyavadu Jivanam, you see. Then you start to realize your spiritual nature. Anandam Buddhin Vadanam. Because how do you realize your spiritual nature? In relationship to Krishna. So you study Shastra, Shastra Yonitva. How is Krishna understood? And we don't say, don't use your reasoning, but use your reasoning and contemplation on the message of the Shastra. Just like actually the atheistic, for one example, in the Gita, Krishna says, Kalosmi aham. I am time. So the materialistic people say, oh, it's all relative, you have your opinion, you have this. It's all an explosion, chaos. No, there is an absolute. Time. You're absolutely dependent on time. And time is absolutely in control. You cannot hold back time. You cannot jump forward in time. You cannot do without time. You're dependent upon time to do anything. Time is absolute. Kala Shakti. Then you can Mrityu Sarva Haraschaham. Death is absolute. You may say, oh, everybody else has died, but I won't. But who will accept your argument? So, therefore, in the Shastra, in the Gita, we see points, ideas, philosophical points presented by Krishna that are irrefutable to a reasonable man, that there is an absolute. We're controlled by time. So, is there not a controller? Huh? So we use our reasoning intelligence to focus our mind and understand the Shastra and Guru. But if we just use our reasoning and intelligence, it's all atoms and molecules create consciousness, and this and that, then manoratena, so reasoning intelligence and the right mood of approach to Krishna lifts us out of this duality. Because when the mind fixes on the absolute, then he becomes free. Mamupasritya. You become free. And same thing. Samaksaveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labete param. You become even steady-minded. And then next verse, bhaktyamam abhijananti. So once you become liberated from the duality through sadhana, through learning to manmana, fix your mind on the absolute, then from that liberated condition you should cultivate bhakti in a very active way to evoke the response of Krishna. At the beginning platform you'll find that fluctuation, up, down. So therefore Vaidhi Bhakti means regulated practice. Just like, same example, you're playing a sitar. Some days you play good and the next day you don't. But you keep practicing and automatically you become better. So you don't think Rome wasn't built in a day. Ram wasn't attained in a day. But you practice. And then you'll get the mercy of Krishna. Because that's the test. Does he want me or does he want a deer?
Somebody chant properly, but he's not having a guru.
Sorry?
Somebody chant properly, but not having a guru. So, and he just follow the things and he chanting every day. And talk about guru, that he is not more concerned about guru. What is the state of that particular person?
Well, yes. You can learn piano without a teacher. You may get the books, but why not get a teacher? And if you learn piano or sitar or anything without a teacher, your progress will be difficult, right? So if you want to learn to play sitar, why not take a good teacher? So yes, if somebody takes to chanting and they study Bhagavatam from the purports, this is Bhagavat Marg, you'll definitely get some benefit, some progress. But sadhusanga, associate with accomplished musicians and you'll get good instruction from them. You understand? We should make sure that they are accomplished musicians. That is the thing. So yes, we can make progress, especially in Kali Yuga, just by chanting, reading Bhagavatam, reading Acharya's purports. But if we want to progress to the finer details, the finer understandings, then we should be ready to tadvini pratipatena pariprashnena sevaya. And then we use our intelligence to understand, you see. It's not that you become a blind follower. This is the root of your question. Maybe there's something fearful about taking a guru. Well, make sure that he's a proper qualified spiritual master. Spiritual master means master of spirit, master of spiritual knowledge. Make sure that he's actually unmotivated devotee, uttamadikari. Then you can surrender to him. But don't give away your intelligence in a search for, I want a guru. Krishna says, Didami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upiyantite. I give them the intelligence by which they can come to me. So in the beginning, particularly, Bhakti Yoga is Buddhi Yoga. You have to use your intelligence. So you can intelligently understand, yes, a teacher is very good, but it should be a good teacher. But it doesn't mean to say the teacher should be Beethoven. If you get a good teacher, he can put you on the right path. Because, as I said in the class, we have to understand that ultimately it's in our hands. Our determination, sankalp, is everything. If we're determined to attain Krishna and Krishna's service, devotees' service, then Krishna will give us that. You understand? But it is a path of intelligent discrimination and contemplation. Shastra yonitva. We should understand from the Shastra the process, the sadhana, and sadhya, the goal. Never think, oh, I'm a good disciple because I'm unthinking. No, we're not into blind faith and fanaticism. Therefore, Vedavyas has given the Vedanta Sutra, the Vedas, all these things. So the path of bhakti is the path of hearing Vedic knowledge, contemplating the import, without an agenda, letting that message come to us, consulting with Guru. What about this? What do you think about this? What's your idea? And then contemplating that. And when we have that internal contemplation of spiritual matters, then we don't contemplate the attractions of the material world, you see. So it's very important to become absorbed in Shastra instruction of Guru. Because we have an active consciousness. So if we're not filling it full of Krishna conscious contemplation, it will go into the material. So the Guru is very important to guide us how to manmana, fix the consciousness on Krishna. So we'll finish on that point. Shri Guru Garanga, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Parampara Ki Jai.